What's going on, guys? It's your boy Panda here, and welcome back to the channel. And we are back with some more XDefiant news information. We have a couple leaks actually to talk about, which leaks are a good thing. That means that we actually have, someone has their hands on the game that shouldn't have their hands on the game, which is a nice thing. That, or they have someone on the inside that's giving out information is usually how that works. So leaks are important to having a successful game. So let's hop right into it. So to start things out, we had a response from Mark Rubin that was in a thread from a post that was made asking if they believed the game was still going to come out into September. It was a poll, and overwhelmingly it was like a 50-50 split of yes and no between like 3,500 votes. But they did have a response where they said the launch window they chose was super wide for a reason. It likely included backup plans for a range of scenarios. This isn't someone shipping their first game. I trust Pixels of Mark, which is Mark Rubin, to know what his team is capable of, and I think we all will be playing before September 22nd. Mark Rubin then said, correct. The easy way to do it would have been to give a date far enough out with plenty of buffer based on the worst case scenario. But who wants easy? So there's a couple ways to interpret that. Number one, he's saying correct to the idea of possibly being played before September 2nd. He didn't deny that or say it's not possible. So there's a likelihood we could still get the game by the end of this month, which we've talked about before in previous videos if we really truly think that's a good idea. With the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 beta coming at the beginning of October, that kind of is like a awkward window of here's my game, but here's this big franchise that competes with me. So it's kind of 50-50 on how you feel about that. And I know a lot of people have been coming in and they're like, Call of Duty sucks, man. Why talk about it? Because I talk about Call of Duty and XDefiant and first-person shooters here on this channel. This channel was founded on the entire game Call of Duty. The whole reason we have this channel is because of Call of Duty. And if you hear noises in the background, it's because my two dogs are going absolutely crazy playing with each other right now. So I apologize for that weird background noise. So let's move on to some leaks we recently got, and this is where things get a little interesting. Number one, all of the trophies and achievements for the game have been leaked on the Ubisoft mobile app, which that's kind of something that says the game is in its final states, most likely, or at least they're trying to do what they can to get the game prepared to release, at least. So waiting for that submission process to end, it gives them some free time to work on bugs and kind of just get everything squared away so that people can just hop on and play right away once the game is ready. So as we know, the factions inside of XDefiant are those from other Ubisoft games, kind of connecting this universe of games that, if you guys haven't played before, the current 5 that are in the game, Dead Set Cleaners, Echelon Phantoms, and the Libertad, are all that of Far Cry 6, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, The Division, and Watch Dogs. But recently, there was a new leak outside of the game that talked about these new factions that leaked, which makes me wonder how they know this and where they came from. Is kind of weird, because if the game isn't in the hands of anyone because of no approval, it had to have been from the inside talking about it out. So some of those leaked factions are the Brotherhood, which is from Assassin's Creed, the GSG-9, which is from Rainbow Six, the Wolves, which is from Rainbow Six, the Spetsnaz, which is also from Rainbow Six, and the Highwaymen, which is unconfirmed, but people are saying it's from Far Cry New Dawn. Which actually brought up some discussion between me and some of my friends and people on Twitter. Is think about all the games that they could tie into this and just how they could bring in so many Ubisoft titles that could add in so much customization into the game, which is pretty crazy for long-term gaming. You could potentially have a very, very big built game out of this. If you look at Rainbow Six Siege, you had different characters that had different abilities in those games. They're different their styles of play and stuff. And if you look at it now, we're I don't even know how many seasons you are into Rainbow Six, but there's so many characters in that game that it makes the game just replayability, especially if you've only played it a little bit. It makes that replayability there. It allows you to play the game over and over and over again. It doesn't feel stale, where that of most arcade shooters right now are just run in, die, get some kills, boom, 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 multiplayer over and over and over again. Grind the guns. Once you're done with the guns, you're good to go. Having other abilities to grind, which maybe give more cosmetics or new weapon skins or so on and so forth of that, allow you to have some more time to play the game, and it'll bring people back to play the game more often. Not just to mention the characters you could bring in, I just thought of this while editing, is that the amount of maps and creative areas you could go across the Ubisoft universe is pretty exciting. And the more I think of how much potential of customization this game has, is the more likely the game looks to succeed. Especially, there's a lot of fans of Ubisoft titles, myself included. There's a lot of games from Ubisoft that I love, and thinking about the environments that you play in those games and then them shrinking them down to some multiplayer maps is really cool. And I know a lot of people don't like talking about the idea of another battle royale, but there's that longevity point of if the game needed a secondary mode, that a battle royale would really be crazy inside of this game. But that's a thing for another video, and I don't want to talk about it because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's a battle royale kid. Like, no, I just think of what would be successful for Ubisoft, and the potential to bring in everything in the Ubisoft universe into a battle royale would be pretty damn cool. So that's pretty much all we have for this video. If you guys made it all the way through, make sure to drop a like and let me know down in the comments who you guys have winning tonight's NFL game, because football is back and I am so excited. So let me know, do you have the Lions and the Chiefs? Hopefully, in my mind, I want the Lions to have an upset, kind of pull one of those out, but we'll see how that goes. But love you guys to death. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Turn on those post notification bells so you guys never miss an upload, and you are beautiful. I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces, boys.